Hello, welcome to Strong Flow Vinyasa. And today we're going to have a nice, strong practice, but that also means that if you need to take it easy for something, to please do so. You can always come to down dog or child's pose at any time, or stand or sit, depending on where we are. We're going to build up to half moon as our peak balance challenge, but we will also have a tree pose in there as well. So I've got a block on each side of my mat. I've got a strap here for the end as well. And other than that, you can bring in anything if you want to sit on something, need a knee cushion or what have you, and we will get going. So find a nice, comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. Try to sit up as tall as you can, ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment, zipping up that front body and taking a slight tuck in the chin. We're going to settle in and breathe here. And as you settle in, is there anywhere in the body that you could soften just a little bit more? So could you soften through the jaw, maybe even the forehead or around the eyes, the shoulders, the hips? And then as you inhale, can you take an expansion in the rib cage? So inhale to expand and slowly release. Inhale, expand. And slowly release. Now, if you've got the Ujjayi pranayama in your practice, that back of the throat constriction breath, the Darth Vader breath, as I like to call it, then you can incorporate that in here in both the inhale, exhale, or one or the other. So just nice, gentle, big breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Fingertips to the side. Palms turning up. Inhale and release. Touching palms together. Exhale, hands in heart center. Now, just like in our Hatha class this week, I gave you the intention of happiness. So if you would like that to be your intention for today, you can. Or you can choose anything that you want to choose. So that being said, let's take a big inhale and reach. And take a nice side bend over. So your first affirmation I'll give you on happiness is saying to yourself, I am becoming a magnet for joy. I am becoming a magnet for joy. Now from here, you can choose. If this feels good and you want to stay here longer, stay here. Otherwise, you've got options to side bend deeper. You can open towards the back or roll and open towards the front. So kind of take it where it feels good to you. Sometimes you might have to try them all before you know what feels good to you. And then inhale and we'll lengthen. Exhale, engage, moving through center, taking it over and reaching over. Good. So notice how you feel here, and then you choose. Staying here, side bending deeper, you can open to the back, or you can get a C-curve roll. Now, for me, I'm noticing it feels good to me to be open to the back, so that's what I'm gonna do. But you always do what you need to do, and it might be, like me, something different on each side. And coming back center and coming up. Let's reach up, get a gentle rotation towards the left, reaching arms down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind us, breathing and expanding. And inhale, lift, taking that to the other side, arms coming down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind. Remember, try to always twist from length and expand that rib cage in your twist. And then from here, we're going to inhale and lift. Exhale, come to center. Good. From here, get any little movement that would feel good to you right now. So you can take, some shoulder movements here, some wrist rolls, neck rolls, spinal rolls. Find what feels good. That neck roll felt good to me, so I'm going to come back and take that one. And then when you're ready, good. We're going to come to all fours for some nice cat-cow movements. So if you need a knee cushion here, bring that in. My knees are doing pretty good today, so I'm going to move mine out to the side. And you can also do the same thing with your wrist. If you've got a wrist that doesn't like this hyperextension here, you can take the top part of your mat up and then create a little bit of a lift here for them. Wedges are also really good if you've got one of those. But I'm going to spread my fingers wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and the thumb. Knees are about hip width apart. Big inhale. Take that chest forward, tip the pelvis back, nice cow pose. Exhale, press away and around, looking towards the thighs, mad cat pose. Inhale and cow. Exhale and cat. Now, if this feels good to you, you can stay here. I'm going to offer up two other options for you. You've got semicircle cat-cow. So we'll inhale on the cow. Exhale as you round through cat. I'm going to sink on one side, moving through center, rolling up, and then reversing that. Good. And then you've also got dynamic cat-cow flow. Inhale on the cow. Exhale as you move through cat. You'll sink back child's pose. Forearms will drop. Good. As you move forward, elbows stay in. It's a baby push up as you rise into cow pose. So take a few moments here exploring yours. Good. Staying with one of them. You can do a combination of two of them or a medley of all three of them. Consider that if it feels good to you and you've got a good breath going here, that you are doing it correctly. It's just to warm up the spine and loosen up the body. And then from here, once you're ready, good. Coming back into all fours, we're going to find a child's pose here. So knees can be as wide as the mat, together or somewhere in between. You can make the big toes touch or not. You can take your arms long in front of you, or you can take your hands back by your shoulders, just letting the shoulders release. So find what feels good to you right now. Good. Engage the core muscles by zipping up from pubic bone behind the navel, so belly button is in. Expand the rib cage here on your inhales. And those of you that have your arms forward, if you want something just a little bit extra, grab the sides of your mat, push up, and then pull out. Breathe. And then when you're ready, we'll release. Hands under the shoulders, and we'll come up from there. Let's go into some opposite arm, opposite leg, a little bit of warm up before we warm up. So starting with the left leg, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to press my big toe and pinky toe mounds into the mat. Good. And I'm going to let the left hip drop slightly and press back through that heel. Strong, even upper body. A little micro bend in the elbows. Just getting a nice stretch down the back side of the leg. And when you're ready, we'll come up. Good, a small lift or a hip height lift. Careful not to go too much past the hip. Then you get this dip in the back here. So really try to keep the belly button in. Keep that connection. Right arm forward. Knee to elbow. Inhale, exhale. We'll round one and reach. And two and reach. And three and reach. Stay with those or take it to the diagonal. One and center. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, hold it here. Toe can come down if you need it. Woo. From here, coming back center, my right hand's gonna come down. I'm gonna reach that left leg across the right, touching toes down. I'm gonna press back into that heel. Some of you will stay right here because this is what feels best. Others are going to take a bow with it. Good. And then we'll come up. Good. Coming back, all fours. If you need to come back for a moment and decompress, let yourself do so. And again, you can do this throughout the class as well. Just remember, when you're ready to weight bear, we want to be flat on the hands, not up on the fingertips. So we'll come back forward. We're going to take that all to the other side. Belly button is in. Right foot comes back, pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mound, letting that right hip drop slightly. Good. Pressing back through the heel. Breathe and expand. And then once you're ready, good, we'll come forward. Good. Toe can be grounded, a little bit of lifted or hip height lift, belly button in. Left arm comes forward. Here we go, elbow to knee. And we'll round 1 and reach. And 2 and reach. And 3 and reach. Stay with those or to the diagonal. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. Good. You can still breathe here. Toe can be grounded or lifted. Really keep that belly button in. Bring it back forward. Left hand comes down, cross the right leg across. Toe comes down. Press through that heel. You can stay here or you can take a bow. And when you're ready, we'll come back up. Good. And wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Decompress if you need that. And we're going to make our way to our downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. So if you're taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. If you're shorter, you can stay where you are. Good. I'm still practicing here. Spreading the fingers wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. I'm going to tuck my toes, shift my hips back. As I begin to lift my knees and my hips, I'm pressing them in forward into the mat. Good. I'm taking my gaze towards my toes. Pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Little bend in the knees if you need that. Good. I'm turning elbows towards the ceiling here. Shoulders are away from the ears. You can stay here in stillness. You can lift the heels and lower. You can walk your dog, bending one knee at a time. You can bend the knees and lengthen. The deeper you bend the knees, the harder you make it. Find what you need. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, from your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. You can bring your block in here if you can't touch the floor. Good. But I'm going to inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Hands can be to the floor block, shins or thighs. Find a nice long spine. Good. Keep the knees bent as needed, and we'll lower down. We'll go again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, root into the feet, engage the glutes, long back as you rise. Okay to bend the knees. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, your intention. All right. So if I am becoming a magnet for joy, then that means I'm also open to being happier than ever before. I am open to being happier than ever before. From here, let's take a sun salute here. I think it's more classical one. Big inhale and reach. Good. Let's take a temple mudra here. Good. We'll reach up. Arms are by the biceps or biceps are by the ears rather, and just take a nice tick-tock. Getting in that nice side body. Feels a little bit different when you do it standing than when you do it seated. Good. And then from here, we'll come up and reach. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. From here, step the right foot back. That right knee is going to come all the way down. Good. Lengthen the torso. Right hand comes to a block or to the floor. Open to the left. Taking that down. Open to the right. Taking that down. Planting the hand. Tucking the back toe. Lifting the back knee. Front foot steps back. You choose. Knees up or knees down. Good. Turning elbows forward, elbows come straight back. Good. We're gonna find a cobra here, belly button is in, rolling shoulders back. Maybe it's a baby one, a medium one, or a high one. And we'll come down. Careful not to hang in shoulders or back. Good. Tucking toes. Good. You can push up into a plank, shift back down dog, or move with me through a tabletop position. Good. Finding downward facing dog. The right leg's going to lift. Exhale, bend the knee. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Left knee is going to come down. Good. When you're ready, find that length. Left hand comes to the floor, open to the right. Taking that right hand down, open to the left. Taking that right hand down, planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. Good. Again, take or skip the flow. Are knees lifted or are they grounded? Could you lower halfway? Maybe an up dog this time. You can always come back to cobra and taking it back. Good. Finding your good downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll fold. Inhale, root engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sun salute A. Inhale, then we lift. Exhale, roll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain, intention. Let's do that again. Big inhale and lift. Exhale and fold with a smile. Remember, happiness is the theme. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to skip this one. Always returning to your good down dog form once you come back into down dog. From that down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. Let's go right into a sun salute B. So arms are going to come up. I'm going to sit back into my chair pose. Good. So my feet are hip width apart here. So I've got hips, knees, and toes tracking. If your feet and legs are together, they're just going to zip up towards the midline. Try to see if you can get your arms by your ears. And from here, maybe you can go a little bit lower. Inhale, exhale, and we'll take a bow. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From downward facing dog, the left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Good. I'm going to round that spine if I can as I step or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. I'm just going to find just a little bit of length here in the torso first. My belly button is in. Right leg, hip, knee, and toe are going to turn out 45-ish degrees. Pressing through the back edge of the back foot, getting into this front foot will rise. Good. Nice and strong, warrior one. Front hip's going to come back. So as you remember, it's more important for the back edge of the foot to be grounded than for the front knee to be bent. So make that adjustment. You can also stick a wedge or a folded blanket under that back heel if you need support here. Okay, let's take the arms forward. I'm going to clasp the hands. I'm going to round a little bit as I reach. Getting just a little bit of a shoulder stretch in here. And then from here coming up, reach. Just a little bit of a back bend here. And reaching up, inhale, exhale. If your knee's bent, try not to change the angle of it as you reach down. Good. Planting the hands, swiveling up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. So I'm doing my flows differently each time and even skipping some, just so different people can see different ways of doing it for different abilities. And it's always okay to skip if that's even a better option for you. From down dog, right leg's gonna lift 3-point, bending that knee around the spine if you can as you step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Find your length. Warrior prepping the back foot, find that 45-degree angle. And strong and stable, rise. Good. Front hip will come back. Zip up that front belly. Good. Then breathe. You can lengthen the front knee at any time. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. And one more time, we'll take those arms forward. Good. Reach. Find that shoulder stretch. Releasing, coming up. And find a little back bend. And reach forward. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen as you take your path back to the mat. Swivel up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip your flow. And breathe. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale on bow. Inhale, sit back into the chair. So ending where we started it. Good. Inhale, exhale, press through the heels and the glutes as you come up and reach. And exhale, hands into heart center. Good. So from here, good. Here is your next affirmation. I can always find new opportunities to enjoy. I can always find new opportunities to enjoy. So I'm going to enjoy this next set because it's one of my favorites. So I'm going to step back. Good. And then I'm going to come wide here. So we're going to come into Prasarita. I've got a block on each side in case I need that for extended side angle, triangle, and half moon. So from here, once you're ready, good. My toes are in alignment with each other. I'm pressing through the outer edges of the feet. My feet are parallel to the short edges of my mat. I'm zipping up nice and tall. Good. From here, inhale, exhale, we're going to take a fold. Good. Hands are going to come down. And you can fold in here. Some people need to stay at a wide-legged table, but you go to where you can go here. The head may or may not touch down to the floor depending on the person. And I'm breathing. And then from here, I'm going to come back up. Good. I'm pressing through the outer edges of the feet. I'm getting into my glutes. My knees are going to be slightly bent. And then I'm going to come all the way up. Good. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll start on the left side first. So left foot's going to turn out to the left. Good. Right foot and leg are going to turn in. So you're in your warrior position here. Okay. And then I'm going to bend this front knee. I want to make sure that knee is over behind the ankle. My front hip's going to come back. That's going to help the knee track better towards the pinky toe side. I'm strong through the back edge. Good. My hips are at 45-ish degrees. I'm going to leave them there as I open the chest to the side and reach my arms to the side. Good. Find your warrior two. This is my favorite pose in yoga. Not super complicated, but the longer you're here, up to 20 breaths, the more it teaches you. We're not going to be here that long today, but be mindful it's a great pose. With a bent front knee or a lengthened front leg, good, take it back, exalt it. What about Giving ourselves permission to be happy. I give myself permission to be happy. Sometimes we feel guilty when we're happy. There's no need. We are in charge. We choose to be happy at any time. Give yourself permission. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. Good. Finding an extended side angle here. I'm going to press through the back leg. I'm going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Again, I'm trying not to change this angle in the knee. Good. You can take a forearm to the thigh and open up, or you can take a block here at any height. Your blocks have 3 heights. Outside is going to be easier than the inside. I'm going to take inside today. If your hand is down or you're using a block, press the arm and leg into each other as you open up. Good. And reach. And some of you might want to take that arm long. From here, you're trying to get to yourself eventually a long line from the fingertip down to that heel. Arm comes up, look down at that front foot. Good. We're going to lengthen that front leg. Find a variation of exalted. And then from here, when you're ready, good. We're going to set up for warrior two. So you can stay in your warrior two position here. Some of you might need to come a little bit closer together if the feet are longer, but you kind of find what you need to find. Good. I'm rooting my feet into the mat like I'm trying to rip my mat apart. My front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. Same arm as leg can come forward, zip up, and it's a hip hinge, and we're lengthening, and we're lengthening, and we're lengthening. And when you can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take the floor, and we're open now. So I'm going to take this here. Good. Consider a stacking of the shoulders. Front hip stays back. And then different things for different people. You can stay right here. You can play with taking the arm overhead. You can play with wrapping and opening. You can play with taking the bottom arm forward. Find what is good for you. If you took the bottom arm forward, you can bring it back down and reaching back up. Looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. Good. Finding your warrior two and coming up. Good. So finding our prasarita stance here. Good. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Good. So stay at your wide leg table, or you can come down. I'm going to reach behind me this time. I'm still pressing through the outer edges of the feet. And I'm breathing. And then once you're ready, good, hands will come back underneath the shoulders. Pressing through the outer edges of the feet, let's come back up. Good, and exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We're going to take that whole series to the other side. So now my right leg's going to turn out to the right. My left leg's going to turn into the left. Good. Heel to arch, or a little bit wider if you need it. Good. I'm going to bend this front knee over behind the ankle, tracking here. Front hip comes back. Good. Chest opens, and I reach warrior two. Belly button is in. For breathing. Strong feet, strong legs, strong bones, strong legs, strong back. From here, with a bent front knee or lengthening the front leg, we'll take that back into exalted and reach. So thinking about happiness, I am becoming a magnet for joy. I am open to being happier than ever before. I can always find opportunities to enjoy new opportunities. Good. And then we'll come back to warrior two. Give myself permission to be happy. Good. Going into extended side angle, pressing through the back. Lengthen, 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 lengthen. When you can come no more, take a forearm. Take a block, inside or outside. This is my weaker side. I'm going to be on the outside with the block today. And opening up. Good. Pressing arm and leg into each other if you're down on a block or the floor. You can stay here, or you can reach that arm up overhead. Breathe. How about happiness comes naturally when I let go of what no longer serves me. Happiness comes naturally when I let go of what no longer serves me. Coming up, lengthening that leg, pressing into that heel as you come up. Another exalted. And coming up. Good. Preparing for triangle on the side. So you can shorten or widen. I'm going to recommend as much as possible to stay in your warrior stance. But from here, front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward. I'm rooting my feet in like I'm trying to rip the mat apart. Same arm as leg comes forward. It's going to be the right. And I'm reaching, 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 reaching. When I can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take the floor, take a block. They're more open, so I'm going to be here. Sometimes I have to do a pose before doing a pose to become a little bit more open. Good. Now, same as the other side. You can stay here. You can reach the arm up overhead. You can wrap it and open. Good. You can reach that bottom arm forward. Good. So this is legs. This is abs. Remember, long spine here. This is not a forward fold. It's a twist, a balance, and a hip opener. Good. Bottom hand's going to come down if you took that. Good. Release the arm. Look down at that front foot. Bend that front knee. Come back up. Find warrior two. And lengthen. All right. So coming back in here, hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out away from the body. Good. Now, as you come here, you want to press through the outer edges of the feet too. So we don't want to do this collapse in here. This causes the knees to fall inward. So find your engagement, hips, knees, and toes. And from here, let's sunrise flow. Big inhale, exhale. Take a wider stance if your knees are falling inward. Don't come as deep if your knees are falling inward and you don't have the control yet. Good. So one more time. Good. We'll come right here. Good. You're welcome to hang out right here, or you can move with me. So I'm just going to move side to side. Good. Now you can make this a little bit more tricky, lifting the toes. Good. You can stand right here and rotate, trying to keep the hips forward. Good. And then for even more fun, let's take it into a vitality wheel. So I'm going to take my hands and arms over towards the left. I'm going to move through center coming up. There's one circle, 2, 3, 4. Good. Stopping at the right, we're going to reverse that and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make that interesting from the left and rotate. Pause at the right and switch. And switch. And switch. And switch. And come back together. Good. You can heel toe your feet in or hop together. Coming to the top of the mat, we're going to make our way back to the floor, but we're going to tree pose first. Tree pose first. So from a side view here, good. If you start from your left leg, you can start picking up and kind of kickstanding out. Come to the calf or the thigh. Avoid the knee joint here. Putting pressure on the knee joint is not good for the knee. So either do one or the other. It's always okay to hold up here. If that's the problem, it's slippery pants or something like that, you can always do that. But be above or below the knee, okay? Which is where I'm going to be today. And I'm just going to open up. I'm zipping up. My hip, knee, and toe are tracking forward. Good. So I've got my eyes forward and cast down, something not moving. If I look at myself in the screen, I'm kind of moving, so that'll cause me to lose my balance. And then when you're ready, good. We'll take that down, shake out that supporting leg, and we'll take that to the other side. So right leg, knee, and toe track forward. Again, you can kickstand it. You can be to the shin here or the thigh. So take it where you need to take it, zip up. And on this one, arms can be where you would like to take it. So it can be prayer, out to the side, lift up, maybe reverse behind you. Find what feels good. Give yourself permission to be happy even in this tree pose. Be happy, little tree. And when you're ready, good. We'll take that out and shake out this leg. Let's flow to the floor. So let's do this way. From the top of the mat, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll out. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. And from this down dog, good. Look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward and have a seat. Good. So from the seat, we're going to take a boat pose series. I'm going to give different options for different people. So some of you might need to dock your boat. So your hands are going to come behind you. Spine is always long and boat. We don't want to practice back here. But belly button is in. And then you can bring the toes in. Good. They can touch. They can hover. You can be here. You can be here. Okay. So that's one option. You can do all of those options without your hands behind you. So you can hold on. You can be here, 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 here. You can let go. Find it where you need to find it. And then take a break. So for the last one, you can do anything you just did, or if you want a little bit more engagement, or for me, I want to train my knees to stay in line with my hips versus going out to the side when I'm working tabletop there. So I'm going to take my block right between the shins. So I'm holding that in there. And then you can do this block work with any of the ones we did. So hands can be back here. You can be here. Good. So find it where you need to find it. Breathe. Breathe. Bring that belly button in, belly button in, belly button in. And when you're ready, we'll come out of there. Take your legs forward and fold. All right. What about I'm trading my worry for faith? I'm trading my worry for faith. It's hard to be happy when you're worried all the time. You trade your worry for faith. Make room for that happiness. And we'll come back up. Now, from here, if you've got a disc issue where rolling like a ball or what have you is not a good idea, go back and practice boat one more time so you're still getting a nice core exercise there. But those of you that are safe to do so can roll with a ball like a ball with me, and you can hold this way. You can cross the ankles, which is what I like. So then you can come back and come back up. Try to find balance. That's one challenge. Or if you're really, really brave, maybe try to go in a circle. This is one of my favorites. This took me a long time to be able to do. Got my first class today, I was able to make it halfway around in the other direction, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. But I'm just going to stay here, and then I'm just going to rock forward and back. So have fun with it. Use your abs and your breath. Careful not to roll back on the neck. And then when you're ready, coming all the way up, let's come onto our back, onto our backs. So take your strap with you. And once I come down here, I'm going to take my feet as wide as my mat, and I'm going to take my belly button in. And I'm just going to let the knees go side to side here. Good. So taking your belly button in helps protect the SI joints. That's where the hip bones and the sacrum come together. There's not a whole lot of movement there, but just enough to cause a problem if we're not careful. So always practice well. And then when you're ready, we'll come back in. Good. So we're going to bridge here first. So I'm going to give you the option for a basic bridge and then the bridge that you can do with me. So basic bridge, hip, knees, and toes are tracking forward. I'm rolling shoulders back. When I press into the feet, I'm also pressing into my hands, arms, and shoulders, and I'm lifting up. Okay, so I've got a nice upper body connection here as well as to the feet. Good. Others, if you can find at the ankles, you can take that one. If not, follow me with your straps. So I'm going to take the strap around the ankles here. I'm bringing the heels in as close as I can to the glutes. I'm choking up on my strap as much as I can, and I'm rolling my shoulders back a little bit here. My belly button is in, hips, knees, and toes are still tracking parallel. I'm going to press into my feet and shoulders as I lift up, maybe rolling under just a little bit more. Good. Good. So there's your ankle bind bridge. So those of us that can't reach the ankle can get all the benefits and feels of that by using our strap. So we've made it more accessible. And breathe. And when you're ready, carefully come out of the bridge that you chose. Good. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock, rock side to side. So we're going to get a little bit of a stretch sequence here. I'm going to take my right foot into my strap. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Find the grip that's appropriate. Good. A little bend in the knee. Your other leg, the left leg, can be bent or extended long. Do what feels good to your back. And then we'll bring that leg in. Find that nice hamstring stretch. Breathe and expand. Remembering shaking is okay. Pain, numbness, tingling, burning is not okay. So if you feel those, you want to back off until you do not. And then we'll come back up. Both straps into the left hand. Good. From here, we're going to arc over 45-ish degrees, wiggle around, find what you need here. You can move the foot around, finding something more special. You'll know it when you hit it. Or if you want a twist here, you can take that leg all the way over. Keep the leg in line with the hip. Prop it up if you need to. Look to the other side. How about I deserve to be happy? I deserve to be happy. And once you're ready, we'll bring that leg back in. Good. Remove that strap for a moment. We're going to take this into a cobbler's pose. So taking the soles of the feet together here, heels are going to come down towards the groin, knees can come out. Now, if this is too much for a knee joint or something like that, then come into happy adult. So the feet won't touch. You're just going to grip at the shins, but the knees will still be bent, and you're still getting a nice little hip opener there. So find that version of it that you need. Finding length from crown to tail. And then once you're ready, good, we're going to release and we're going to grab that strap. Now the left foot's going to go in there. Left foot into the strap. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, right knee can be bent for extended long. Find that stretch. Find it where you need to find it. Remember, belly button is into the spine here. Upper body stays grounded here. And then we'll release. Good, both straps into the right hand. We're gonna arc that leg over 45-ish degrees. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Find what you need. Or if you would rather go into a twist here, take it over. Keep the leg in line with the hip. And you're looking to the other direction. And coming back in center, remove that foot from the strap. Good. So from here, you can take that happy adult or find a happy baby, grabbing yogi toes or yogi feet. Good. Knees are bent, feet are flat towards the ceiling. Good. And there's a gentle tug of the knees going towards the floor. I'm still trying to find length from crown to tail. And when you're ready, good. We'll release. Good. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side. We're going to go into our Shavasana from here. So you can bring any props that you have in for your Shavasana. I'm going to bring my folded blanket in here for a neck pillow. Good. And then just kind of roll around a little bit here. See if you can make yourself about 10% more comfortable. Legs can be long. You can be on the side, be on the belly. There's no real rules as long as you're in a comfortable spot. And then from here, I'm going to let you sink into the floor. And I'm going to give you this last little thought. Good. I owe it to myself to find out what makes me happy and take steps to make me happy. I owe it to myself to find out what makes me happy and then take those steps to make me happy. And taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. Maybe inviting movement of the fingers and the toes. Choosing stillness or bringing knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe tucking the chin, lifting up for a full body hug. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way if you used any during Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, reaching from fingertips to toes, pointing and flexing through the feet, bending and stretching through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction and then in the other. And then whenever you're ready, bending in both knees. And you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat where we started our journey here today together. Noticing how you feel. Hopefully better than when we started. Big inhale and reach. Touching palms together. Exhale as you bring them down. Touch those thumbs right over the forehead for good and true thought. To the lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week ahead. May you always find a way to find more happiness. Namaste.